Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting episode. Today's video is about ClawdBot. Now, there is a lot of hype going about it, and I couldn't just stop myself exploring it. People are buying separate machines just to run it 24 by 7. However, there are a few trust issues happening around it, but we'll try to form an opinion as we progress through this video and as we explore more new things around it. Well, we'll not be using a separate machine, but still we'll be able to isolate ClawdBot, and we'll see just in a couple of minutes how we can achieve that. Alright, then with that said, with this context set, let's actually do some responsible chaos and let's start building it. Alright, so this is the official website for ClawdBot, and it is by this thing called OpenClaw.ai. Alright, and let's see what actually ClawdBot is. What's the official definition for ClawdBot? Now it says that the AI that actually does things. It clears your inbox, sends email, manages your calendar, checks you in for flights, all from WhatsApp, Telegram, or any chat app that you are already using. All right, then we have got a few feedback from different people, and then we have got this very important quick start command, and it says works everywhere, installs everything, you are welcome. So quite optimistic homepage these guys have got. All right, so then we have got links for Discord, documentation at the official GitHub repo, and the Claude Hub, from where we can actually download some skills. So feel free to explore this web page or this website of theirs. First of all, in order to use ClawdBot, we would need a machine so that we would isolate it. But we are not going to use a physical machine. We are instead going to rent a server or use a VM from AWS. Now, I've got this AWS website open, the management console for AWS, and this is the EC2 service I'm on. So if you are very new to AWS, you can just search for EC2 over here, open this, and then hit this launch instance over here. So now this is the page that you are presented with. Over here we are going to configure our VM. So we need a name for our VM. Let's call it ClawdBot VM, and we need an operating system. So let's choose Ubuntu. And then we need the machine type, which has to be, in the purview of free tier. So we don't really need to pay any money. If you build a new AWS account, you're going to get some $140 worth of free credit. And, that should help you explore ClawdBot. And if you feel the need, you can then upgrade yourself. All right, for now, let's just stick with Ubuntu server, SSD volume type, which is a free tier eligible. All right, now the instance type. Now, we have got a couple of options over here. We could choose a micro, a small, or a large machine. I'm going to choose large over here. So I already did some experiments with small and micro machines, instance types, but on those machines, I was unable to install ClawdBot itself. So for that matter, let's choose a large machine. Yes, of course, we are going to still stay in the free tier. Cool. Now, in order to connect to this machine, we will need an SSH key value pair. Now, over here, we need to create a new key pair. I'm going to hit this. I'm going to choose RSA. Let's choose the PEM because we need OpenSSH. Let's hit create a new pair. But before that, we need a name for our key value pair. So let's call it AWS ClawdBot key. Okay, so the spelling is CLAWD. And let's create key pair. It should ask me to download it. I'm going to hit allow. And now I've got my key value pair downloaded on my local machine. Cool. Now over here, network setting, let's choose all of this because for the purpose of this video, we might encounter a use case where we need to hit this machine, something running on this machine from a public domain. So I'm going to hit all of these, but if you are doing it for a production use case, just be mindful what all options you are choosing over here. Now the storage, let's increase the storage and let's make it 16 gigs. Okay, so that's it. This is it for the machine that we want. And now over here, we'll see this launch instance. I'm going to hit that and this shall launch my instance or create my instance, which shall be ready in a couple of seconds. All right, so the machine is up and let's go back to this instances over here and I shall see my instance coming up over here. Let's hit this instance ID. Let's hit connect and I come up with this page. Let's hit SSH client and this is how I can connect to this machine using SSH. So now I'm going to open my terminal. Now I'm using Ghosty terminal, but feel free to use any terminal you feel like. So now in order to use that key to connect to this VM, I'll first have to put that key in a folder where I could CD into it. So let me do that. So I'm going to do CD and then this is my path. So I'm inside this path now where my AWS key is kept. Now I need to run this command And then in order to connect to it, I need to SSH using this command over here. I'm going to copy this, come back, and I'm going to hit paste. And now I am inside, or it is asking me for some fingerprint. I'm going to say yes to it. Okay, so now I'm inside the Ubuntu VM that we just created on AWS. Now this is it. All right, now we need to install ClawdBot on it. So we looked at this quick start command, one-liner, which works everywhere and installs everything, all the dependencies. So I'm going to copy this, come back to my terminal, and I'm going to paste it. Let me make it a little big, and I'm going to hit enter, and this shall now download and install all the dependencies for this. So this might take a little while. Just be patient and let it happen. All right, so it has installed Node.js for me. It has saying that Git is already installed. Now it has also configured npm, and it is finally installing OpenClaw 2026.2.1. Cool. Okay, so now it has moved a step forward, and it is asking me if I understand that this is powerful and inherently risky. I'm going to say yes. Now it is asking me for the mode. I'm going to say quick start, OpenAI. Okay, I'm going to choose this OpenAI, and then it needs the OpenAI API key. So now it needs a brain for its functioning. It could be OpenAI, it could be, the ChatGPT, or it could be Gemini, Anthropic, or any other model that you would like. But for any of the model that you choose, you will have to give an API key for it. Now, we need an OpenAI API key. So I'm going to come back to my browser, and this is my account for OpenAI, and I'm going to add a new key over here, and I'm going to call it ClawdBot. Select the project, let it be default, and let's create this secret key now. Go to copy this key, come back to my terminal, ghost terminal, and I'm going to choose the OpenAI API key, and now it will ask me for the key. I'm going to paste that key over here, hit enter, and it is done. Now it is asking me for the default model. I'm going to choose GPT-5, and then it is also asking me to select a channel. Now that means the channel means whatever chat application you want. So I'm going to choose Telegram for now. And now it is giving me some instructions on how I can actually configure my Telegram over here. So now I have opened Telegram on my iPhone, and it is saying open Telegram and chat with BotFather. I have looked up BotFather, and it is present over here. It says run this new bot command. So let's start this BotFather first of all. Okay. And now it says enter new bot /new bot. I'm going to hit enter. All right, a new bot. How are we going to call it? Please choose a name. So we need a name for this bot. Let's call it AWS ClawdBot Arshit. Cool. Good. Now let's choose a username, and it must end in bot. So let's call it AWS CLAWT_bot. Okay, so this is already taken. Please try something else. Let's call it AWS Cloud2_bot. Yeah, so this works. Next is says copy the token. All right, so this is the token. I'm going to copy it. Okay, I have copied the token now. Copy the token and enter the Telegram bot token over here. So let me paste it. Let's hit enter. And okay, so I think that is done. Now it is asking me if I want to configure skills now. So okay, so let's hit yes. Show homebrew install command. Many skill dependencies are shipped via homebrew. Without brew, you will need to build from source or download releases manually. So let's just hit yes to it. Preferred node manager, let's use npm. And now it is asking me for the skills. So I'm going to put in or add, let's add Gemini, and then GitHub, let it be for now. And then, okay, let's also use Nano Banana Pro. Okay, I think these should be fine. Let's just hit enter now. Okay, so install failed Gemini because brew is not installed. Okay, so we'll come back to this part over later, installing Gemini and Nano Banana Pro. For now, let's move ahead. Set Google Places API key. Okay, let's just say no to it. Gemini API key for Nano Banana Pro. All right. So although it is not installed the dependency for Nano Banana Pro, but it is asking me for the Gemini API key. So let's give it that. For that, let's come to this Google AI Studio, and let's create a new API key, Gemini API key for ClawdBot, and let's hit create key. Okay, let's copy this. By the way, I've got a very interesting video on how you can, you create this API keys for free. I'll link it in the description, and also you should see it somewhere here scrolling, So whenever you have time, just feel free to watch that. Okay, so I've copied this key now, and I'm going to set the key. Okay, now it is asking if I need the Notion API key. I'm going to say no. 11 Labs, no. enable hooks. Okay, let's just skip this for now. Okay, so now it is installing the gateway service. Okay, so it is installed now. And now it is asking me, how do I want to hatch my bot? Now, what does this mean? How do I want to communicate with my bot? So hatch in TUI is hatch in terminal UI. So let's just, use this TUI over here first of all. Okay, so it says, wake up my friend, and I think it's ready to rock. So let's pass in something. Let's say hi, and we should see something. So something is not working. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so it says, hey, I'm awake. Okay, so now it is, writing quite fast. I said hi. Then it says, hey, I'm awake. Let's set me up quickly. What should I call you? What's your time zone? Any preference for how I behave? Where do you want me reachable? Pick my identity and all those kind of things. Okay, so if you want, you can continue talking to it over here, or I really want to dig into the web UI or the web user interface. So let's just end this session over here. Okay, and I'm going to open Ghosty again, and we'll have to do the same steps again really quick. I'll do it. So first we need to CD into the place where I have the key, and then we need to connect to the AWS instance, the command for which is this. Okay, let me increase the font size, make it big, hit enter, and we are inside our VM. Now we need that OpenClaw command, but we have already installed it once. So we're not going to do all over it again, but there is this onboarding wizard. I'm just going to copy this command, come back to my Ghosty terminal and paste it. Now this will restart the configuration, but we need not worry because we are just going to use the existing values. OpenAI, OpenAPI key, existing, yes. Keep current model, that is GBD5, Telegram bot, skip, leave as is, configure skills. Let's say no, because we've already done it once, and skip for now, hooks. And now it is asking me, how do I want to hatch my bot? I'm going to say open the web UI. So let's say yes and yes. I think the web UI should now be ready, but there is a little trick in how we connect to it. So now you try to understand that my ClawdBot is running inside a Ubuntu machine. Ubuntu machine itself is hosted on an AWS server. So first of all, we need to reach that Ubuntu machine, and from there we need to look for the localhost port on that Ubuntu machine. Now, so there is some kind of port forwarding that we'll have to do. All right. So now if we look at this place over here, it says SSH-N-L 18789. So this is the port on the local on my Mac, and that should point to this machine or this port number on this machine over here. All right. So this is how we'll be creating a new command using this set of information plus the information that we have for connecting this AWS VM. So now let's open a new Ghosty terminal, and let me increase the font size again. Okay, and let's copy this command over here, and let me paste it over here. And now I'm going to say -n -l and then 18789 127.0.0.1 and then 18789. So if you look closely, what I've done is, if you forget this much of the part, the remaining part of the command is actually the command we were using so far to connect to the VM. And then inside that, I'm telling it, okay, you connect to my machine, and for port 18789, whenever someone makes a request on this port, you point to this port on the VM. Cool. So now let's hit enter. And this command is a silent command. If it doesn't really gives you any message, then that means this port forwarding is done pretty much. Because now we are not receiving any error or any message, the port forwarding is done. Cool. So now let's open this localhost URL over here. Let me copy this, come back to my browser, and let me hit this. And yes, so we are now connected to the ClawdBot on the web. All right. So this is the same set of messages that we sent it from the TUI app. Cool. Fine. So let's look at the message. Hey, want to kick off with the basics. What should I call you? So let's just say I am Harshit. I am right now in Dubai. Do you prefer concise or detailed response? Let's not give anything, and let's just hit send to it, and let's see. Okay, so this looks to be a little slow. Okay, nice to meet you, Harshit. It says, I have set your time zone to Asia, Dubai, couple of choices. Okay, so now it is asking me if I want to personalize it and all those kind of stuff. But we configured Telegram. Let's see if it is actually able to tell me, yes, Telegram is connected, or do I need to make or do any additional setup? Is Telegram connected? Okay, so this is a little slow actually. So it says, yes, Telegram is enabled but not paired to you yet. To connect, open this link, tap and start send any message. Tell me your handle and I'll complete the pairing. Optional, if you want me in a group, I can enable that after we pair your DM. Okay. So let me copy this. So this is my Telegram window and let's hit this place over here. Okay. So the bot is up. Let's just start. Tell me your handle and complete the pairing. Okay. I'm going to just, copy all of this and I'm going to paste it over here. Let's hit send. Okay, so it says all set. I have approved your Telegram pairing. You should not be able to DM me at this. Want me to enable group access to or keep the DM only? So let it be this much. And let's try to check from the Telegram. Hi, are you receiving any messages from Telegram? So now we should see this on the web UI also. So I can see that it is typing something. But on the web, I didn't really see. Okay, yeah. Okay. So it took a little time, but yes, hi, are you receiving any message from the Telegram is also visible on the web UI. So it says, yes, I'm receiving messages from test at this. Telegram is connected and working. Do you want me to DM only or should I enable group access to? So let it be for now. Okay. So now let's do some actual testing of this. All right. So now I've brought up this Telegram again and let's try our hands at some image editing, right? So I'm going to give this Telegram bot photo and I'm going to ask ClawdBot to edit it using the Gemini. So let's change the color of the car to red. Change the color of the car. I'm also going to tell it because we have got both OpenAI, that is ChatGPT and Gemini configured. So ChatGPT for image editing, which we don't want. We want Gemini Nano Banana Pro or the Google Nano Banana Pro to be used over here. Let's see. Change the color of the car to red. Use Gemini or Google's Nano Banana Pro to edit this image. I have already given you the Gemini key and let's see what it does. Now, this will make things a little more interesting now. All right, so it takes a little while and I don't really see this message coming up on the web UI. However, on the Telegram, it says typing on the very top of it. But let me refresh this web page or this chat interface over here. Okay, so it did got my message. It was not really able to show it right away, but it did get my message if you see over here. Okay, so let it work and let's wait for a couple of more seconds and let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so it did something which I'm not sure, but it says, hey, is a quick pass turning the car red, local edit. If you would prefer the Gemini Nano Banana Pro method, I can run that too. Just say the word. I think it failed. Maybe the Gemini is not yet configured. Let's see if it can do the same thing using the chat GPT because I'm pretty sure that is working and configured correctly. So I'm going to say turn the car in the original image. Okay, turn the car in the original image red using chat GPT image. Oh, maybe I should have given it OpenAI. But nevertheless, let's see. Okay, so I've got some response. It says I can do an official ChatGPT image edit via OpenAI Images API, but I don't have the OpenAI key configured yet. Okay, so let's share the OpenAI's API key again. We copy this one more time, go back and bring up this. So OpenAI API key, and I have now given it the key. Let's see if it is able to do that now. All right, so I've got the response and it says that outbound calls to OpenAI are timing out from this machine right now. Now, this might be because we are running this on an AWS server, which is somewhere in the United States, North Virginia. Maybe I should have chosen a closer region for hosting this VM. My bad. But let's give it one more shot. And so now I'm going to use my phone and I'm going to click a real photo very soon. And let's see if it can edit that. So this is a little mouse figure that I've got. I'm going to choose this and I'm going to say turn this owl into red color, the entire owl. And I've sent this to AWS ClawdBot on my Telegram. Let's see. Okay, so I've got this message on the web interface and on my mobile it is still typing it. All right, so it did something, but I don't really see the image. I think I've lost the image. The entire image I've lost. It has all turned into black. So I don't think it is doing a pretty good job with the image editing. If you guys try it and you figure it out that you are able to work with it, please share your comments down below and we'll move to the next exercise now. All right, so let's take it a step further the image editing didn't really quite go well. Let's see if it can actually build a .NET application for us. So for that reason, I have installed .NET SDK on this machine, on this Ubuntu VM. And if you see, I've got this .NET SDK version 8 on this machine. Alright, so from my Telegram, I'm going to ask ClawdBot to create a new web app for me using .NET. Let's see. So I'm going to say create a web application using MVC in .NET. It should display hello world hello world. .NET is already installed on the machine, and let's see if it is able to do that. So it is typing, and let's go back to this ClawdBot. Let me refresh it and let's see if I actually got that message over here. So I did get that message. It says create a web application using MVC. It should display hello world. .NET is already installed. Okay, cool. So let's bring back this Telegram. Alright, so yes, now it says created and running ASP.NET Core MVC.NET 8. It has got a get endpoint. The URL is this. This again is a localhost URL. So even if I hit it, it won't really take me anywhere. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this behind a Cloudflare tunnel. So I'm going to say expose this via a Cloudflare tunnel. I have got a domain over there called harshitdynamite.com, and it is in small, so let's not change that. Give me an auth link and I will authenticate you if required. Let's just say this. So what I'm saying is put this web app behind a Cloudflare tunnel. Now I've got a domain harshitdynamite.com which I brought from Cloudflare itself. So I'm going to say use this domain and expose my web app over there. Let's see what it says. Head back to this web terminal and let's see where is it. Okay. So it has got my message and it is doing something. Let's see. Let's come back to this Telegram. So it has given me something, but I should get the same message on Telegram also. Yes, I did. Okay. I'm going to authenticate this, which is Cloudflare dashboard is loading. Okay. So I'm not logged in over here. I'm going to cancel this and instead I'm going to use this on my machine. And yes, I'm going to hit authorize. Okay. So yes, I've got this. And let me close this page now. After you authorize, I'll create tunnel this, map this, override DNS, verify this, reply done. So I'm going to say done, or let me go to my Telegram and say done over here. And if I refresh it, I should get done over here as well. And now if I look at my connectors, which should show me the Cloudflare tunnel being created. Nope, so it has still not done it. Okay. So I can see the tunnel now coming up. So hopefully my website should be live in a few more seconds. Let me refresh this one more time. All right, so it is still working. It takes a little time. So it is still working. Let's wait. All right, so it has now done it, I believe. It has given me this message that it has set up the Cloudflare tunnel, which is active. And now if I click this URL over here, I should see hello world. Oh yeah. So my web app is now live and I did it on my phone. And this is the power that it has brought in. I can create a web app from my phone just by messaging ClawdBot. While I'm on the go, I can just do it. But can it also edit it further? I believe so. It should be able to do it. Let's go back and let's say change hello world to hello world from Harshit. If I refresh the web interface over here, I think I'll see the message. Yeah, so it says change the hello world to hello world from Harshit. Okay, so it should be doing its job now, and this shouldn't take very long. All right, so it says now it has updated it hello world to hello world from Harshit live locally, and this is the public URL. Let's hit that, and yes, so now it says hello world from Harshit. Learn about all these default things have come up. All right, so this was pretty cool, and I think the use cases that come out of it are endless. Now we have not even scratched the surface of what OpenClaw can do. Now you see there are several other options over here. I got a little time to dig into it, but still there is a lot more that could be done out of it. Alright, so this was it for this video. If you liked it, please press the like button for this video. Consider subscribing to my channel. It will be a real pleasure to have you along this journey. And if you also experienced or if you also explored OpenClaw or the ClawdBot, then please feel free to share your thoughts, your opinions, and whatever exercise you did with OpenClaw, and I'll be really happy to read those. Alright, so this was it. I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay awesome.